You have an enemy. Yeah, I hate to break it to you. You really have an enemy, and it's called the ego. And the ego, if you're not aware of it, it will control you. It'll take over your life. So what you need to do is always be in control of the ego, always be aware of it. That's how you make it weak. When you're in control, you make it weak, you can control the story. Much like any movie or any television show that you're watching, there are characters, right? And the people that write the storyline. You don't want to be the character and be controlled by the owner of the story. You want to be the owner of the story, so you can change the story, change the characters, change the scene. That's how you become powerful, okay? So yes, in general, the ego is bad, but it can be used for good too, right? In the way that I just explained, by you being aware and controlling it and controlling the effects of your ego. The reason why I say you can use the ego to your benefit is because I don't believe there's a person on this planet who's not at least egotistical in some one form or the other. I just don't think it's possible, because as soon as you're born, your ego starts getting programmed from being a baby. And yes, babies are way more spiritually better off because they're not yet fully programmed. But, it's not like they can articulate their intelligence, they can't talk yet or anything. And all that sleeping, that's the baby adjusting to life on earth, being literally programmed, their ego's being programmed. And I don't think there's any spiritual teacher, no matter how powerful they are, that is totally free of the ego. I really don't think that there's a human being on the planet that's free from the ego. Comment below if you agree. Another way to stop your ego from controlling you is that every day you need to remember not to identify with that Porsche, with that house. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Don't attach yourself to materialistic things. And I know this is so cliche, but unfortunately we do it on a very deep level. If somebody asks you who you are right now, you're going to say, I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, I'm this. But actually, if you take away your name, take away your title, take away all of that, you're just consciousness, right? There's no label to it whatsoever. So let's talk about consciousness, okay? Let's talk about spirituality and the powers in this world that we cannot see. You know all these big mountains that we see, we don't know if they're hollow inside, if there's civilizations in there, whole people in there living, civilizations living in there. Underground, nobody has fully explored the entire underground of the earth. We don't know if there are whole civilizations down there. And in the Antarctic, okay, we don't know if there's a portal that leads to another dimension, because in this universe there are dimensions, different beings. We know that, okay? I just said some things. I know. Wait for another video and I'll explain in detail. And my oracle card readings are coming soon, so please subscribe. If you want an oracle card reading, if you want to see those on YouTube, subscribe. I'm going to be making those videos. I'm not yet ready for the dowsing rods to do it on here. I just want to make sure that I'm really ready to help people publicly. But yes, comment. I am going to grow. Select, project, expect, and collect. So for example, if you want to enter a contest, or you want to have a baby, or you want love in your life, whatever it is, you want a house, whatever it is, select one goal. And then visualize, project that you already have achieved it. And then expect that you're going to get it. Just and you know how you do that? You just imagine the feelings of what it'll feel like to have that. That's how you can expect it. And then collect. So if you enter the contest, check to see if you've won, go and collect your winnings. Keep going back and going as if you're ready to collect it. That's what you need to do. That's what spec is. Now, for most of you who have never done this is going to be very difficult, but you don't need to believe me. You can try it yourself and see if it works. Try with something small. Do something very, very small. Focus on it for at least 30 days and see what happens. It will manifest, okay? So what I am talking about here is being spiritual, right? Being a powerful spiritual being to where you're almost like a god, and you're pretty much almost a god because God is within us. Yahweh is within us. So you already have that power. You're just tapping into the power that you have already. I don't care if you're disabled. I don't care if you're so broken you don't want to wake up. I don't care if you're suicidal. You can do this, okay? Let me explain something to you, okay? We're living on earth, but I promise you, you're only using your 5 senses, right? There are way more senses than that. You can smell something without using your nose. That's how spiritually powerful you can be. There's so many things that you cannot see in this world. Please, there might be a portal in the Antarctic, okay? This world is magical. I just said some things in here. I just said some things that I'm not going to explain in this video, but I want you guys to know that you live in such a magical world. You're only using a very small percent of your brain. There are senses that you don't even know exist, that you haven't even unlocked yet, okay? Even if you cannot make sense of what I'm talking about, all I want you to do is start reading, start figuring things out for yourself. Go on this spiritual journey. Unless you haven't experienced enough hell, you might not be inspired, okay? But some of us have, okay? And some of us are growing. We don't want to reincarnate. We want to fulfill our purpose and never come back to earth. We want to go to heaven. That's what we want to do. So if you know about quantum physics, you know that there are atoms in the atmosphere that are just existing. Once consciousness becomes aware of them, they form particles. You are the creator, okay? You need to be on a vibrational frequency that is so high by maintaining good attitudes, like feeling happy, I don't like hopeful, because hopeful means that you're in a state of kind of not believing, kind of hoping for something. Being on a level of believing, not hopeful. Believing is higher than being hopeful. You understand what I'm saying? But again, don't give yourself false affirmations, okay? Don't tell yourself false affirmations. You don't want to attract something false into your life. So practice the things that I've told you. Comment if you want to grow. Just comment grow, and let's start this whole movement where we're sharing our experiences, we're growing, and I'm on here, right? Sharing this knowledge. No matter how bizarre it might sound to people, I am here, you guys, because I know that this is going to work. All you need to do is open up your mind and try it. Let's start with the 3 major areas that you should focus on: spiritual, the mind, and the physical, okay? Spiritual being the highest form, the highest level of frequency that you want to have. The mind being the second highest, and the physical being the lowest. Now, what is happening for people who struggle, who are not manifesting what they want in life, reality is basically happening to them. They are being controlled by reality, okay? They are now in a loop where they have emotions of lack, these negative emotions that create a negative reality, and then that negative reality creates negative feelings, and then they're back in the loop. So you need to get out of that loop by being more spiritual. You need to make sure that you are having reality work for you. You are controlling your reality, not the other way around. So, I always like to say that religion is for people who are afraid to go to hell, and spirituality is for people who've already been to hell. I am going to challenge you today, right now, as you're watching this video. I want you to focus more on being a spiritual person. Focus more on feeling good, on visualizing that you already have what you want, and imagine celebrating it with certain people. Basically, you need to go through the spec process, okay?